Faithful, loyal, and honest, to serve Nigeria with all my strength, to defend her unity and uphold her honor and glory, so help me God. Honorable colleagues, 2023 Appropriations Bill, ensuring the final budget serves the needs of the Nigerian people and meets the development objectives of our communities across the country. Legislators are also working to ensure that, in line with the reforms of the 9th Assembly, we have a final bill ready for the presidential assent before the end of the year. It is not an easy task to deliver an implementable budget at a time of significant financial limitations. The limited time available for budget consideration and the demands of the fast approaching national elections further complicate the picture. However, I am confident that members of the House are alive to our responsibilities and will deliver our objectives in good time and to the benefit of our country. The House continues to work to meet our legislative agenda commitments across all other priority areas. As part of that effort, the House will convene a national summit on tertiary education reform on Tuesday and Wednesday, the 22nd and the 23rd of November 2022. The summit is an opportunity to begin the long overdue national conversation about the future of public tertiary education in Nigeria. Scholars, tertiary education administrators, and local and international stakeholders have been invited to submit papers on the theme of the summit, which is reimagining tertiary education in Nigeria, issues, challenges, and solutions, and other sub-themes provided in a call for memoranda. The presentations and submissions will inform the policy recommendations of the summit and be published in a journal for policy action and academic reference. So far, public interest both within and outside Nigeria, as far-flung as Oxford University, has been very impressive. We have received several memoranda, many interests from people within and outside the country. The most consequential decisions we make in government are those that will ensure the vast population of young people in our country are educated and adequately equipped to participate productively in the modern global economy. To achieve this, we must ask and answer complex questions about the operating structure of our public tertiary institutions, sustainable funding, education quality, and access. I urge all members of the House to participate in this crucial national conversation so that our experience, expertise, and concerns inform the policy recommendations that emerge from the summit. And on that note, honorable colleagues, let us proceed to the day's business. Once more, I welcome you back to the plenary and thank you all for being here this morning. Acknowledge in the gallery the presence of one of our presidential candidates here with the secretary of his party, of our new member-elect from PRP, right? Plateau State. How that happened?
After me, I do solemnly swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Clerk, we have to abort that oath. You start all over again. There's a lot of noise I couldn't even hear. You don't even know if you're saying anything. Members, please.
Okay. Silence, please. Silence, please.
Okay, repeat after me. Oath of allegiance. I,
Muhammad Adam Al-Ali,
do solemnly swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria,
that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria,
that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
that I will preserve, to protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Oath of member of the House of Reps. I,
Muhammad Adam Al-Ali,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that as a member of the House of Representatives,
that that as a member of the House of Representatives,
I will perform my functions honestly to the best of my ability,
I will perform my function honestly to the best of my ability,
faithfully in accordance with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria
faithfully in accordance with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria,
and the law and the rules of the House,
and the law and the rule of the House,
and always in the interest of the sovereignty, integrity, solidarity, well-being, and prosperity of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
and always in the interest of the sovereignty, integrity, solidarity, well-being, and prosperity of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
That I will strive to preserve the fundamental objectives and directives, principles of the state policy contained in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
That I will try to preserve the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
And that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria,
And that I will abide by the code of conduct contained in the schedule of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
that I will preserve,
That I will preserve,
protect,
protect,
and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria,
and the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
and that I will abide by the code of conduct contained in the 5th schedule to the Constitution of the Federal Republic.
By the code of conduct contained in the fifth schedule to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
So help me God.
So help me God.
You may look at the camera. Congratulations. Don't worry. The first shall be the last shall be the first.
Asking, what is your,
I know your.
what is your order? Order what?
There's a point of order being raised. What's your order? Huh? You know, this is the House of Representatives.
Yes.
You are a seasoned. Yes, right? You are aware that in this house there is order.
Yes.
And see if I will recognize you. Take your seat.
Mr. Speaker, how did you say that?
Take your seat.
But privilege. Mr. Speaker, as the leader of opposition, and of course bearing in mind that one of us is being sworn in today, I was shocked to see the head of the chair canvassing and being political as it relates to the member that has just been sworn in. I believe that on this floor, what we'll do is to represent the interests of Nigerians, irrespective of political parties. But having said that, what we just witnessed was the swearing in of a member of the minority caucus, PRP. And I was shocked to hear the chair intimidating my member and asking him to be in just. And bearing in mind that you are Mr. Speaker, you hold the gavel. And by that pronouncement, I thoroughly feel that that guy may have been so intimidated that he may find it difficult to even handle his chair, talk less of using the mic to speak on the floor. Because Mr. Speaker has decided to intimidate him by virtue of your pronouncement and even luring the people at the gallery to wish him goodbye. It's political, Mr. Speaker. It's very political, Mr. Speaker.
All right, very good.
You know better, Mr. Speaker. You know
Very
better.
good. I will a phrase that is very commonly used and I'm sure you are aware of. That first of all, two things. You are crying more than the bereaved. And you are a meddlesome interloper. The gentleman has not complained. In fact, he waved at his people bye-bye. So I don't understand where you are coming from. Don't put the man into trouble. This is first day. Honorable Mohammed, do I rule him out of order? Proposal pursuant to Section 121 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended, I forward the Federal Capital Territory 2022 statutory budget proposal for the kind consideration of the House of Representatives. In the preparation of the Federal Capital Territory's 2022 budget, the Federal Capital Territory Administration aligns with the federal government's laudable fiscal development policies. Accordingly, the FCT 2022 budget proposal prioritizes improvement in healthcare services, job creation, youth empowerment, social welfare services, education, and increased productivity in agriculture in a determination to lift 100 million Nigerians out of poverty. Whilst hoping that this submission will receive the usual expeditious considerations of the House, please accept, Right Honorable Speaker, the assurances of my highest regard. Yours sincerely, M. Buhari, Muhammad Buhari. The second communication from Mr. President is transmission of the Code of Conduct Bureau and Tribunal Bill 2022 and the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria Alteration Bill 2022 to the National Assembly for consideration. Pursuant to Section 58(2) of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, I forward herewith the Code of Conduct Bureau and Tribunal Bill 2022 and the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria Alteration Bill 2022 for the kind consideration of the House of Representatives. The Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria Alteration Bill 2022 aims to ensure the effective performance of the functions of the Code of Conduct and assist the Code of Conduct Tribunal in the effective and speedy dispensation of cases. Whilst hoping that the House will, in the usual expeditious manner, consider this submission for passage into law, please accept, Right Honorable Speaker, the assurance of my highest consideration. Yours sincerely, Muhammad Buhari. And the third and last letter from Mr. President is the transmission of the 2023 budget of the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC. In accordance with the Section 18(1) of the Niger Delta Development Commission Establishment Act, I forward herewith the 2023 budget estimates of the Niger Delta Development Commission for the kind consideration and passage of the House of Representatives. While I hope that the request will receive the usual expeditious consideration of the House, please accept, Right Honorable Speaker, the assurance of my highest consideration. The NDDC, the Niger Delta budget is hereby forwarded to the Committee on NDDC. That of the Code of Conduct will be forwarded to the Constitutional Review Committee and the FCT to the Federal Capital Territory. where you are very correct. Looking at it again, they'll list it for second reading.
Bafemode and Odeda Federal Constituency. I'm from Ogun State. I would exist of Abeokuta North local government area located in Abeokuta North, Obafemode and Odeda. On supply of electricity. Can I please lay the petition, Mr. Speaker?
Good.
So I have a petition from the family of petition from the wife of my constituent.
Honorable Mawuba.
The Parliament on flooding in Nigeria, and I seek the leave of the House to suspend our rules to allow me to take this matter immediately. I so move.
It's reducing. It's reducing. Once they are growing up.
Mbitolu Ikeduru Federal Constituency, Imo State. I'm moving this motion in conjunction with my colleague, the ranking chair, House Committee on Ecological Fund, Honorable Isiaka Ibrahim, on the need for Nigeria.
Honorable colleagues, order. Silence, please. Silence, silence,
Funding
please.
to prevent the recurrence of flood and erosion disasters in Nigeria in 2023 and beyond. The House notes, like most countries across the globe, what Nigeria is passing through on the devastating effects of flood, which are caused by a combination of factors such as heavy rains, heavy precipitation, severe winds over water, unusual high tides, tsunamis, failure of dam retention ponds, and the impact of climate change, which makes flood control and management a perennial challenge. Also notes that with each passing year, the impact of flooding keeps getting worse, with damages to properties, dangers to lives of human and other species, traffic delay, interference with drainage and economic use of lands, interference with farming, structural damages to bridge, bank lines, sewer lines, and other structures within floodways, waterways, navigation, and hydroelectric power have also been impaired, leading to colossal financial losses in trillions of naira. Disturbed that the flood disaster has been identified
Silence, please.
of global climate change, which we have all been collectively responsible for. This trend would continue.
Silence, please.
Go worse if we do not see the
Honorable Jah, take your seat.
as
Majority leader, take your seat.
and collective responsibility. The need to change our
Majority leader, take your seat.
is of utmost concern if we really desire to put a check or control to those natural disasters that we are left to contend with. We have observed incident trends of late among localities and even countries. It has become a very disturbing issue, the spate of flood, risk exposures amongst vulnerable settlements and communities. Further disturbed that recent unpleasant experiences in Nigeria could have been avoided or mitigated if we clearly identified and recognized the peculiarity of risk we are exposed to. Based on our geographical positioning, worried on how we pay deaf ears to the sound and presence of risks associated with flooding. Further notes that as far back as January 2022, the Nigerian Meteorological Agency NIMET warned of impending floods across most states in Nigeria, especially flood-prone states, aware that in 2012, 32 out of 36 states were affected by flooding. 363 people killed, over 2
Silence, please.
displaced, about 7 million people affected, and a total loss of 2.6 trillion.
Silence, please.
Aware that in 2023, 33 of 36 states and the FCT are affected. That is 92% of the entire country. Over 600 people killed, over 1.4 million people displaced, and over 2.5 million people in need of humanitarian aid, with over 60% of these being children.
This is a very long...
The House therefore resolves to 1, mandates the Committee on Legislative Agenda to coordinate a technical working group between the executive and legislature, as well as industrial experts and stakeholders, to articulate an action plan to forestall a repeat of such flood and erosion disasters in 2023 and beyond. 2, urge the federal government, through the Ministry of Finance and Economic Planning and Office of the Accountant General of the Federation, to release immediately a princely sum of 5 billion naira into the already created ecological fund account of each state of the Federation and FCT to mitigate the effect of flooding that recently ravaged the entire nation. 3, urge the federal government to take an urgent request for supplementary budget from the National Assembly, the sum of 100 billion naira or more, to Ecological Project Office, EPO, under the presidency as intervention fund to mitigate recovery and relief programs across the country. And 4, mandate the House Committee on Appropriation to make provision of 200 billion naira in the 2023 appropriation year for the Ecological Project Office in the Presidency for flood preparedness, mitigation, response, recovery, and relief packages. 5, mandate the House Committee on Legislative Compliance to ensure compliance and report back to the House within 1 week. Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I so move.
Of 6 weeks, we cannot continue like this in this kind of rowdiness. I will not continue like this. I will not continue like this. So we'll go ahead and skip. We'll skip all the reports till tomorrow, till Wednesday. No, we are going to skip everything till Wednesday.
Silence, please.
Honorable colleagues, we're going to step all matters down until Wednesday. Yeah.
Forum members, my name is Mohamed Tahir Monguno. I represent Martin by 11 a.m. I so move.
Nkiru Kaonye Georgia is my name. I rise to second the motion that the House do adjourn. Honorable colleagues, order. Nkiru Kaonye Georgia is my name. I represent Isukwatu Munochi Federal Constituency. I rise to second that the House do adjourn.
Chief Whip. For adjournment till Wednesday 11 a.m. please say aye. Those against please say nay. Again, I have an announcement from Honorable Agbedi. Burial program of my. Let's try again. Those in support of the adjournment till Wednesday 11 a.m. say aye. The ayes have it.